beautiful. Oh, oh. Okay, let's see if we could do this. What's up, everybody? What's good? Gonna be doing some things. Gonna be channeling some messages, some wisdom today. Hi, lovely. My palms are sweaty. Okay, so first smoke break. We're gonna get into this. We're gonna work, we're gonna warm up. You gorgeous, beautiful goddess and sister. And I'm talking about you. Hi, beautiful. All right, so we have some cards. If you want to stick around, if you want to prop your phone up, if you want to partake and message, type out some things. We are going to smoke break. Let's just show up as ourselves. It's Saturday. We are in the new moon total eclipse energy still in Sagittarius. And what I'm listening to right now is Sagittarius new moon, December 2021, 639 hertz frequency, new moon meditation. Pardonnez-moi. I'm sweating. Oh my gosh. Everything about this new moon, set your intentions, write down what you want. Everything is magnified, intensified. So, what do you want? What do you want for yourself? Seriously, what do you want for yourself? Hi, family. Got some stuff. Like, what do you want? And I was sitting there, like, the thing is, yesterday, I was sitting there and I was coming up with my own intentions, my new intentions, everything that I really want. Like, this is not a time to hold back. This is a time all the way up until December 19th. All the way up until December 19th. I have some good things to talk about. Let's get to this. Let's get to this because I learned some really cool things over the last few days. And let's see if I can bring that through. Let's use my words. I also took a couple of shrooms, microdosing. I just gotta check one thing out real quick. Hi, beautiful. I just gotta make sure my brother's in here. So my brother was going through it, and he asked if it would be possible if I could go live today. We need the connection. We need the guidance. We need the light. Oh my goodness, we need the light. I know a lot of people seriously going through it right now, and I cleared these before I hopped on. Let me get into all of my stuff real quick. If you have a candle, light a candle. If you have some sage, feel free to burn it, cleanse the space. Recharge your surrounding energies. hold on, time out. Oh, yeah. So the thing is, everything wants to play today. And it's like, for some reason, I feel like maybe I gotta be serious when channeling. I don't. So I learned some cool things. I can't pull up some of the stuff on my phone right now because I have it playing the music. So I'm gonna see if I can bring this through. Hey, family. So I was learning about total eclipse energies, and I was learning that they intensify everything around you, within you. So, Brother Bear, so if everything's intensified, right? And I mean, that could be sadness intensified, anger intensified. That could, worry intensified, fear intensified. Depends on what energies you're tapping into and where your mind is, where your thoughts are. And the thing is, everything's intensified, and you think about things in terms of intention setting, then you manifest abundance that's intensified. You manifest health and healing that's intensified. You manifest sorry, I just saw a fly crawling on my curtains. Okay, squirrel. Okay, so there's a little bit of a playful thing today going on, so don't mind me. We're gonna go in and out. So I love you guys. Thank you for showing up. Oh, well. Okay, that's why. The frog spirit renewal. This is renewal. Renewal is number 20. Let's see what this has to say. Be willing to release any preconceived notions of how life should unfold. This is a time to be adaptable. Be willing to change. Abundance and good fortune will follow. Gentle, peaceful, strong, intimate lessons, just as effective as the hard ones. I swear, I love so many of you in here because of the way you so eloquently put things. And I have my moments. I have my moments where the info, for some reason, just doesn't connect with my words. And I have such a hard time getting the information out. And then I have moments where it's like, it's just flowing. It's just shooting out like in all directions. And then, thank God, it actually makes sense. Oh man, okay, so everyone needs renewal. I'm gonna go ahead and read this one real quick. I just had to take that breath. All right, so, okay, so this is a frog. It's the frog spirit. And so the frog's 3 stages of development: it's an egg, a tadpole, and then a fully formed amphibian, right? They symbolize renewal, resurrection, and transformation. This card speaks of a profound restoration of your life that is occurring. It's never too late to begin again. If your past was less than successful, remember this: what has occurred does not need to mandate what will occur. You can start out fresh and new. However, if you do what you have always done, you will get what you've always gotten. In order to reboot your life, you need to do things in a different way. Abounding good luck is activated and awaiting you. Reflect on the varying symbolism of the frog in different cultures, traditions, and see if any meanings resonate with you at this time. In ancient Egypt, the frog symbolized birth and rebirth. In certain Native American traditions, frog medicine is healing by virtue and its transformative life. Hi, love. Ancient Celts believed frogs represented healing because of its connection with water and the way that it transforms from tadpole to adult. In China, the frog is a powerful symbol of prosperity, healthy childbirth, and good luck. So again, the spirit of the frog says be willing to release any preconceived notion of how life should unfold. Literally get out of your head. And that's the message that has been coming through for me too. And I've been doing my best on a daily basis to get out of my head. Like, let the stuff happen. Let the stuff occur. See what feelings rise up in you, what emotions come up for you based on the things that happen in and around you. Don't judge them. Just observe them. And then let them go. Some of the best things are happening right now, and we're in this time of resurrection. We are in a resurrection state of being. We are in the process of ascending. We are in an ascension process. Earth is ascending into the heavens. Hi, love. Like, it's never done that before. We've never done this before. Earth is separating. There is new Earth and there's the old one. The lower vibrational stuff will stay on the old Earth. The rest of us are literally ascending into the heavens. It is a different frequency. Our bodies must learn to adapt and match these frequencies, which is why the healing is so important, because things have been put into our bodies to keep us down here on this 3D earth. When all this ascension stuff is going on, all the delicious universal law of things that we can tap into, they don't want us to connect to that. They don't want us to tap into that. They don't want us to be resurrected. We're not. I'm not. But people have been asleep in death for a long time, and they don't even know it. That's what the Bible and Revelations is about. The whole resurrection thing, that's happening right now. And it's freaking awesome. It's amazing. And we have to get out of our head about it, because these universal laws, things are occurring and things are taking place and things are happening, and we either are with it or we're not, and we'll fall away. I learned that this coming year, 2022, we're moving into Taurus, which is love. I'm a Taurus on Taurus on Taurus. I'm a Taurus, my sun, my moon is in Taurus, and Chiron right in the middle, wounded healer. And we're moving into love. Love is the north node moving forward. Sag is the south node moving fear, death. Love moving forward, life, forward movement. That's what we're tapping into 2022. So right now we have our intentions that we're going to be setting. And then come the full moon on the 18th, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Then you release the last bit of all the stuff that you don't want, and then the very next day, Venus, don't quote me, but does she go direct? If I'm not mistaken, Venus goes direct, and then it's like she said that everything that we did from November, I believe 18th or 19th, we don't gotta get the dates exactly correct, but somewhere from around that time frame to December 18th, then the 19th, Venus comes in and says, okay, I got you. We got this. Done. So, what are your intentions? What are you releasing? What are you manifesting for yourself? What do you want for yourself? The universe is abundant. It has enough. It's plentiful for everybody, for everyone. There's no lack in the universe. That's a lower vibrational frequency that people have been carrying with them for a long time. I had to touch my crystal. Miracles. The rainbow waterfall. Look at that. Butterflies, rainbow, water, mountain. Number 31. Hi, beautiful. Number 31. All right, y'all. So the rainbow after a storm represents hope and promise for a bright future. You know now that the gifts of the universe are flowing into your life. This is your time. I mean, seriously. This is our time. Let go of fear and doubt. All is well. Listen, before I keep going, next year, literally, your mantra is love. Tap into love. Be love. Love moves us forward. If you tap into fear, that's the Sagittarius energy. That moves you towards death. So, everything that we do must be deeply and firmly rooted in love. So what does that look like? And show up as that. It does not mean show up as trauma. It doesn't mean show up as pain. So you set your intentions today. We're still in the energy of it. What do you want for yourself? What do you want for your future? How abundant do you want it to be? And then let go of some shit, some baggage. Come December 18th. And the next day, Venus, the planet of love, divine feminine, creativity, comes in and says, all right, okay. And then you go through your earthly experience of all the stuff. Let all the stuff happen for you. Work on your vibration, because that's what attracts everything. So work on it. If you seem to be attracting specific things and you see this as a pattern, check your frequency. Tune it up. Like a guitar. Like treat yourself like a ukulele. Like something you just need to tune up from time to time. Every so often, even when you play so much, the strings can come a little loose. The sound is just a little, like it's there, but it's like, we gotta get it nice and crisp. I love it. So I'm gonna keep going. So you don't have to do it all yourself. Let the Creator step in and solve challenges for you in mysterious and wondrous ways. In some beliefs, rainbows are considered a promise from above that all is well. Remember that your life is a miracle. Just as a rainbow carries all colors and every spectrum of the electromagnetic field, and water is the element of emotions and feelings, so your heart is opening wider and wider. Your capacity to receive love and to give love is expanding. And I know for some people that could be very uncomfortable. It could actually be a very uncomfortable place to be, to receive love in all of its deliciousness. But see, the issue lies within. If we don't feel worthy or deserving of receiving that love, then it's really hard to take in. And we want to give it, and we want to give it, and we want to give it, but we're really giving from an empty cup. We're pouring from an empty cup. So there's something in there sometimes that we got to dive into. Quiet up. Go within. Figure it out. Make your connections. These are personal. These are all personal. Personal pieces of the puzzle that lead to it, being completed. And then you have your light workers that you seem to be drawn to, and your gurus and your shamans and your healers, So be gentle with yourself. You're all in the right place at the right time. Literally. So the spirit of the rainbow waterfall says, every day miracles are occurring around you. Watch for and embrace them. Let go of fear and doubt. As you notice and accept the small wonders in your life, greater gifts will grow around you in spectacular ways. So be open to receive. So we must work on our heart chakras. We're green. Wear some green. Get some green stones. Connect. I actually do. I don't know what it is right now. I do not know what it is right now. But there's so many messages in there. And everything here is like, I don't know what it is. Love has so many messages. And you know what? Like, when you manifest and you set your intentions, what's your reasoning behind it? Like, what do you want all of the things that you're asking for? What do you want them for? Like, what do you want to do with it? What do you want to do with your gifts? Like, when I'm manifesting, because it's not like abundant, like, okay, so like money's not gonna just fall in your lap like that. That's not how it works. You don't just sit there and think things and it just falls in your lap. There is a exchange needed. So there's work on your part, action on your part, intention on your part. And I wrote it down. It's in the kitchen, but I wonder if my brain. It's like there's gotta be what I've been thinking is, what is there that I can do, that I can come up with, that I can create, that only is from me, that is useful and beneficial to everyone else, that they would want from just me. I've not noticed all my socks are polyester. Oh, no more socks. Cotton, hemp. Oh man. No, we're not doing that. That was too many. There were 3 cards. 3 cards, 3 people. Witness the first generation of children that will not experience trauma. Oh God, that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I want to see. Messages that I've gotten is that the reincarnation process is completed. We don't reincarnate anymore. However, the babies that are being born now are all from a different place. From like December 21st on. They're throwing out in 3s. Why are you throwing out in 3s? Purification, enlightenment, knowledge. I love that. Okay, I feel you. I know. Beauty. Beauty, for there is still beauty in the world. Because I know there's a lot of people right now having a hard time finding anything beautiful around them. And that's why we go within and we create that beauty. And then we be that beauty. And then we attract that beauty. Remarkable spiritual beauty is growing within you. Be aware of the beauty that is around you, and splendor will expand in your life. Create beauty in your home, even in the smallest ways, and an inner grace will radiate out from you. The great cleanse. Everything needs to be cleansed. You know, I liked how you jumped out like that. Love. She jumped out and then popped back in, but she stood out. That's why I like oracle cards. It leaves it open for the different expressions, for the different ancestors, the different ascended masters, the different gods and goddesses to come through. And everything that we're talking about has been leading to what? Love. I'm going to read this one. Love. Let's see what number this is. 47. I like to read the numbers because sometimes that number might resonate with somebody for some reason. These might be the numbers that somebody wants to play in the lottery or in your Keno, or if you do that stuff. Love is within us. We are love. I am love. I am love. You are love. We are are not our trauma and our pain. We are love. So we must learn to transmute everything, everything. Feel everything that comes up for you, within you, around you. Observe it, feel it, and transmute it. Let it go. Let what doesn't belong go. And keep everything else as a way of helping you move forward, to stay in a forward motion, in that forward movement, balanced and steady. So love is all around you. Open your heart to receive. And all of life's experiences are a splendid part of a spiritual evolution towards the realization that we are all love. Beautiful. Hola, mamas. Okay, so in matters of romance, there is a healing right now. You are a sacred vessel for love to flow through you, to others, and to the universe. Healing has occurred. Healing is occurring. Healing will occur. Your angels, your guides, your spiritual guardians, your allies, they adore and they cherish you. If only you could see yourself the way those in spirit see you, you would know how profoundly and deeply loved, cherished, and adored you truly are. Be open to allowing the Creator to solve your challenges in wondrous ways. Trust that everything is unfolding graciously and perfectly in your life. The opposite of fear is love. So when you think about it in terms of life and death, love and fear, love leads you towards life, fear leads you towards death. Allow fear to dissolve as love expands. Ooh, it's beautiful. So the spirit of the wild rose says, you are more cherished than you can possibly know. Open your heart to receive. Love is on its way. You are an eternal vessel for love to flow through. You are enough, just as you are. God makes no mistakes. Every situation and every experience is an opportunity to learn something new, and it's an opportunity to grow. And I've had some of those same experiences as well. And things have come up for me, and my emotions were shaky, and things were happening, but I courageously didn't take it out on anyone. I don't take it out on anyone. I go within and I feel all those things as uncomfortable as they make me feel, no matter if my body physically reacts, because it does. My sis just got, not my blood sis, but my spiritual sis, she just got a whole hypnotherapy session done to remove some blockages so that she could roll into 2022, with less weight, baggage that isn't hers. She was wondering if she was carrying some things from past lives, and she did a process, and it physically was so much. It cleared her. Don't get me wrong, the stuff is there for the reasons that it's there for. utilize it or not. That's up to you. But she threw up, she purged. She said, I puked. I threw up so much. And afterwards, it was like, because, you know, in the past, things have been put into our vessel either with our permission or without our knowledge and permission, without our consent. And these things have been blocking many of us for some time. And sometimes it's deeper than just, hi, beautiful. It's deeper than just the toxins that they put in the foods, and it's deeper than the chemicals that they spray in the air. You know what I'm saying? There's blockages in there that could be from past life experiences that have carried through, because the connection here on earth has been so disconnected for quite a long time that, you know, the reincarnation process, it's like you're just coming here and just not learning, and you're going out and you're coming back and you're just repeating. And it's like the things aren't being learned. You know, the connections, that's what we're learning to get back to. We're connecting back to our heart center. So everything in your world is going to change. Everything. And everyone. And different experiences are going to show up in your life and in your world so that you are in a position to constantly choose love over fear. If that makes sense. I love. And it's going to show up in 2022 because I don't know how to explain this. My spiritual mentor, astrologer, and guide, our hearts, love and fear, obviously. Our hearts are literally going to be standing right next to the Lord of the Underworld in 2022 and 2023. But we'll stick with 2022. It's going to be right there. Our hearts are right next to the Lord of the Underworld. So what are we going to choose? What are we going to tap into every day, all the time, no matter who shows up? Because these are just energies showing up. They may look like people. They're just pay attention. Just pay attention and always choose love, and you will never go wrong. Ever. Ever. We don't react. Dude. Ooh. Time to sprinkle some nature-infused chocolate over some ice cream and tap in. One powerful sovereign love to all. Yes. That got me. I'm like, I want some nature-infused chocolate over some ice cream while we tap in. Tap in. So, out of this whole entire live, for everyone that has stayed, our mantra for the year of 2022 is love over fear. Okay? Dior's open. just say this? In this lifetime, I have thoroughly enjoyed the connection that I have made with many of you soulfully, spiritually, energetically through Instagram. I just want to say that. I don't even want to complete my sentence. If you can telepathically hear me, cool. That's what we're working on. And one of these days, I really would like to do a telepathic live. So I just have some music, I'll smoke, I'll think the thoughts, I'll make the facial expressions, because that's what I do. And then tell me if you can hear me. Tell me if you can hear me. Open your eyes, Neil. Open your eyes. All right. Okay, so now let's get into the tea. Shit is going down. People are coming to terms. People are seeing. Crazy thing is, for those that aren't tapped into here, to see from here, they're going to see through this. And when they see through this, it's going to be un-motherfucking pleasant. And this is why. So see, when we come back to our reasonings, our intentions, why we do things, this is why we must. There is no other way. We must be loving. We must be loving, not judgmental, not fearful as well. Remember, fear leads us towards what? And love leads us towards what? Love over fear. There's no such thing as coincidence. No such thing as coincidence. Everything has happened in everyone's worlds that have set them up at a place in time where they are needed the most. And if each of those people made the conscious choice and decision from within to do some work, then it led them to a place to where they're now showing up, and it's like there's no coincidence. It's like all of us are like, who are we? Who am I? How am I able? What is this? And I'm not, my thing about me. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, I know you know that, my babes. I had to like totally reiterate for anybody else. Just in case. What's it called? I think I lost it, but I didn't lose it. I don't lose anything. It'll come back. Let's talk about the scene. I'm just gonna hold mine. I got my two right here. Do you remember what it was like?
This miracle is about. When your workout's a joy, it's a joy to work out.
You know what? Let's find some music. But let me talk. Because do you remember what it was like at the time when you were finding out all the stuff and you really had like what it felt like, no one to turn to. Like there was no one you could talk about this to because they would think that you were just crazy as shit. I remember learning some things back in 2017. Back in 2017 and 2016. I mean, I've been learning some things since since forever, honestly. Because right now is not the time to explain how I was set up, who I chose to came through, and what I've had to experience to get to where I'm at right now. 2019. You remember how crazy it was when you learned all the things and you had nobody you could talk to about it? And do you remember how things started kind of, I don't know the words, crashing in your brain? Like things that you had to telepathically, you can hear me, right? Listen, I remember being like, one of the first things I said to my husband, look, I said, what would you think if I told you that half, if not more, like 75% of the women in Hollywood are men? And he's like, no, whatever. I was like, and so I started going on this dive, on this hunt, and the things that I found, I've been down the holes, all the holes, a long time ago. But the thing that led me down it was because I was born and raised a Jehovah's Witness. And I know I've said this before, but to some that might be new information. This organization masquerading as a religion kept me in a place emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and I needed to get out of it. I didn't want it to control me any longer, and so I dove deep. I dove deep, and I wanted to learn all the things about all the things, and I wanted to know what I was lied to about, all of these things, and I needed to come through who I came through and experience all the things that I needed to get me right here, so that I was able to connect all the things so that I can help guide y'all, like whoever needs it. Because not everybody needs it, even though everybody needs guidance. Even I need guidance. Guided healers need guidance. Shamans need guidance. Light workers, we still get that guidance from wherever it comes from. My loves. I'm gonna pack another bowl, which means I need to grind some more. Yeah. Yeah. So when you utilize the years, when the years were utilized by certain people while they were still available, that led some people to a place that, if we so choose to accept this mission, dun dun dun, beautiful things can happen in the world for all of us. So we spend the time and we cry it out. We talk with the everything. We go within. We feel the feels. We do the breakups. We die multiple times. and we are reborn multiple times. And many are just now being able to kind of see only through here. So imagine everything you got to do to get to here. There's work, and and the thing is that it's the best work you're ever gonna do, ever. And we are here to help speed up that process so that that process is not so overbearing, overwhelming, you know. It doesn't have to, the healing doesn't have to be so hard. It's intense. But it doesn't, you don't have, people no longer need to feel alone during this process, because you have your certain ones that are set up the way they are because they did the work at the proper times, you know. Intense. I'm telepathically saying a couple of things right now. I'm grinding some herbal refreshments. It's herbal refreshment time. Man. Yeah. Does everybody have tea? You guys have tea at your house? Like, are you guys making a cup of tea? Or you got weed? Are you smoking something? Now, we don't do this just to be frivolous. You know what I'm saying? Hi, beautiful. Ooh, I just got an 888. 888. Abundance. Ching, ching, ching. Where is it coming from? It's in my bank account. It's showing up right now. It is on its way to me. What do you want? What do you want? Today is the energy of the eclipse. Total eclipse of the heart. Love over fear. Rose. We're going places in 2022, peoples. We're not tapping into fear. We're tapping into love. We're tapping into love. My physical death for 2 days has me looking out and in of things deeper. Good. Exactly. On time. Listen, everything that you are experiencing and going through and feeling and coming to know within you is perfectly timed. It's perfect. It's perfect for you. Because you know what? That's needed for other people. It's needed to get you to the next level, to the next step, the next place to show up for the people who are looking to you, but for yourself first, and for your family. By doing it for yourself, it does it for people. People haven't quite grasped that concept fully yet. By doing for yourself, it does it for other people. You know? It's, you know, there's a lot of relationships and marriages that have come to the point where once they realize that they are responsible for their own happiness and their own, you know, stuff, then when the other person comes in and gives on top of that, it's just a bonus. It's just an added bonus, and it complements and you come together in such a way, in this beautiful connection, you know, that other people can't seem to find. They can't seem to do, because the connection is not there from within first. And you know what? I'm going to tell you. Let me tell you real quick. Just the first thing that I needed to do, when I was finding everything out, because honestly, when I was finding everything out, it was so heavy for everything that I've been through and everything that I was finding out. I almost took myself out. I didn't want to do this. It was that much, but I didn't. I didn't do that. There was something I wanted to say. Bring it back. Got it. Thank you. Hold on. The first thing that I needed to do, for me, not for anybody else, just for me, was accept. I had to accept the ugly parts of me, the things that I wasn't proud of, the things that weren't pretty, the things that weren't cute. And I had to accept that as me. That was part of me. It didn't mean that I'm not all these ugly things. They were just things that I was like, okay, let's see if I can get into this explanation. Are y'all here, Frenna? It's not a good feeling when you think back to all the places that you had a part in, you know? When you think to the things that you were capable of doing, that, you know, may have hurt other people intentionally or unintentionally, but, you know, the person that you never tell anyone about, you know. Grand Rising, the lady in San Francisco. I swear, I'm gonna have your own tune. I'm gonna have a tune for each and every one of you guys when you come and watch. Because I be doing that. I'll be walking around like creating the jingles. Where's my love? He had to stay home because he tweaked his neck pretty bad, and so he had to call out. We're working with him. Oh, do people know people in here? This is the Soul Family, the Soul Tribe. Welcome, Soul Tribe. Yeah, so back when I was doing all of that. Oh, Brother Bear. Let me wave to you. Grandest awakenings to you. I see everyone's soul has entered back into their bodies well today. Did you rest? Did you travel? Did you do some intergalactic work? Thank you for coming back. You're on a warpath today. Oh shit. You made me cough. Oh. Oregano oil. Oh, that's the herb right there. That's good for all infections. I put oregano leaves in my Yoni Steam herbal blend, Warpath. I'm gonna microdose some shroom medicine today. I did already. Where is it? Oh, I did. Let me blow this out real quick. I had mine. I have little tiny ones. D4, D5. Look at you guys. My dreams are adventures, and it's how the universe speaks to me, and I wake up with more insight. See? And see, that's all information that we need. Like, we all need that stuff. So see, then you come into the lives, and then you can tell me all the cool things, and then we can get, I can go for a microdose. Microdose. So earlier I had 2 caps, and I had 2 long stems, but I don't have 2 long stems anymore. But I'm gonna give some to Phil also, because you know we're doing this stuff. So you know what? Why is everybody so afraid to tap in? Tap in. You're gonna find some cool shit there. You're gonna find out some dope stuff. And you think that the movies are amazing? Yo, find out about what's really going on in the universe. That shit will blow your fucking mind. And dreams. So you set your intentions before you sleep. Some nights are needed for resting, but we travel. We travel and we go and we do the stuff. We're multidimensional beings. So where do we really go, and what do we do, and who are we really seeing in our dreams, and what do they really mean? And I have a whole book about dreams that literally we could like tap into, and I could like open, and we could like but we can connect some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hey, beautifuls. Hey. So here's the thing. Everyone gets to do all their cool and amazing stuff when they sleep. I love you. I partake in a lot of this, which hinders that ability for me. However, I know that I'm going places, and I know that I'm doing things when I'm there, because I know how I just know the feelings. Which is why I'm working with mugwort, because mugwort is a great herb to help intensify your dreams again, like help awaken that part and to remember the stuff, you know. So I'm working with her for all of her spiritual goodness. And you know, it's interesting because people drink mugwort, you know, like in their like teas and stuff like that. I personally have always used mugwort as like an incense, something to burn. If we are not dreaming, then something is wrong. And you know, Phil has this dope quality that I've never known anybody else like this. No one, ever. And I've known a lot of people. When he lays down, it's like he's out. But he does this twitching thing, so it's like he could be just... It has never taken longer than 5 minutes ever, but like to me, it's not longer than a minute. Like as soon as there's a twitch that happens, there's this little twitch. He's gone somewhere doing some stuff. And you know what he says to me at night before we sleep now? He's like, travel well, come back safe to me. Stuff like that. Yeah, you know, we're all right on time and learning the things that we need to know. Ooh, ringing in the left ear. Ooh. That was cool. That was dope. What did I say right at that moment? Yeah, guys, come on. Cool stuff's happening. Hey, family. Really cool shit is happening. We just gotta tap in. Just clear the space. Get out of your head. Tap into your heart. Warm hugs to you, bro. That's my oops right there. The ancestors are telling a lot. What I'm gonna need to learn to do or spend the time doing is cutting and like what do you call that? Editing my videos, and then I could probably just put them on YouTube, but like I could capture the moments of the messages instead of the, you know, in between, you know, moments where the stuff is coming in, and you know, I don't edit this. Smoking in general is still a very sacred practice. However, we must be mindful of what we're smoking. But when used as a sacred practice, you know, come on. It must not be edited. It's a very sacred practice. Just be careful what you smoke. And if anybody does smoke some of the stuff they shouldn't, then smoke some mullein leaf or drink some mullein leaf tea or flowers. The leaf versus the flowers, I'm gonna just tell y'all real quick because there's a difference. The mullein flowers are like a cooling, well, I feel the cooling sensation when I smoke the leaves, but it's more of a calming, soothing thing with the flowers. With the leaves, it's more of a like an expectorant, like it promotes the urge to cough, and it makes it more of a profound cough so that it can expel all the shit that's been stuck up in there. So, you know, you guys aren't sick. You guys don't have, you know, the vid or anything. So get out of your heads. Healing is a process, and you know, you're going to experience some things in the healing process. You know, so don't let your mind play tricks on you, you know, to the point where now your heart rate is elevated and you're feeling the adrenaline, and now the cortisol releases, because there are very real chemicals that release into the body, and the body reacts. And then we get into our head about that. Hence, you end up back in, like, you know, a place where you don't really want to be, you know? Five plus years I've been working on healing. No joke, it takes time. Seriously. I had my very first severe anxiety attack in 2011. The beginning of 2011. And I was in a very stressful state of being since 2005. But I was also very stressed out before that since birth. Extremely stressed out, so. We got this, like, we got this. I've learned how to control my reaction and my words, and still working on that. That's right, all of us. You're right on time, girl. Right on time. I love that. Okay, so I did. I'm gonna see real quick if there is, not if there is, there always is. Ooh. flow. 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 I love that. Number 24. Does that number resonate with anybody? Look at all that green. Look at that wizard. Look at that magical wizard right there. Look at the light at the end of his staff. Look at that light shining through the trees, yo. Meandering pathway. Ooh, I'm intrigued. Ring. 24. Ooh. Okay, so just because my past may be stuck with me, it's my responsibility to change it. So, and you're so sweet, Brother Bear. There's that support. I love it. So what we're learning to do is transmute our pain and our trauma. Since, like, we have no choice but to have had experienced the past, but the thing is that the past is not moving with us in the future. So how do you let the past go, you know, and not bring it forward with you, but learn from it and transmute all of that pain and that trauma that we experienced? But transmuting means that we now turn it and shift it and alter it into something that's beneficial for and I say this a lot, for not only for ourselves, but for everybody else around us. That's what transmuting is. That's what we're learning to do. We're not learning to block it, you know, we're not resisting it, we're not suppressing it. Like, those ways of doing things led us to what? Nothing great. So, and all of that way of doing stuff has fallen away. You know what I'm saying? So, this one is dope. Let me tell you. Everything falls into place when you don't resist the flow of the meandering pathway of life. Allow the path to take you where you need to go. Don't hurry it or resist it. Simply let go, surrender, and enjoy the journey. I'm here for that. Let's see what else it says. When life presents you a meandering path rather than a straight shot to a goal, you can feel frustrated. You might, okay, I learned a lot of new words in here. Go with it. You might bemoan, that's how it's spelled, bemoan, the fact that the path seems aimless and roundabout and that you can't see what's ahead. On the other hand, you can just enjoy the voyage. If life right now seems to have some sinuous curves, bends, loops, and turns, don't despair. Bye, bro. I love you, bro. Don't despair. All is as it should be. This card is suggesting that you relinquish control to the path forward and just see where it takes you. You don't have to have all the answers to succeed. You don't need to know what tomorrow holds to have an astounding future. Simply sit back and enjoy the ride. You'll get to exactly where you need to be for your highest good. I love it. So everything falls into place. The spirit of the meandering pathway says everything falls into place when you don't resist the flow of the meandering pathway of life. Allow the path to take you where you need to go. Don't hurry it or resist it. Simply let go, surrender, and enjoy the journey. And so it is. I swear God is good. I feel it, love. I feel it, love it. I love it. And we have the power within us to create a beautiful life for ourselves. So, and today's intention setting. So, what do you want? And it's a total eclipse. So, everything's intensified. Utilize that. It's there for us. Goodies, like for us to utilize, take advantage of, you know? Because when we do the things with it, it does it for other people. I'm telling you. As within, so without. As above, so below. Love over fear. 2022. Fear leads you towards death. Love leads you towards life. And we're in the process of resurrection. I'm like resurrecting ourselves because everyone's been asleep for quite some time. So it's a beautiful day to take a shower, take a bath, light some candles, write down some words, you know, of encouragement towards yourself. And it's a good day to think about things in terms of, not in terms of lack, but in terms of if money wasn't an option. Because where we're going, I mean, abundance is there. It's not paper money. That's not what we're after. I want universal abundance. So why are we all not calling in universal abundance in every area in your life? Spiritual abundance, an abundance of knowledge, an abundance of love, an abundance of compassion, an abundance of strength. You know? Let's call these things in. And keep with your intentions. And December 18th, release. Like, if you were getting on the train to go to your desired destination and there were things that you no longer needed to bring with you, you're like, you know what? I appreciate everything in your world you've had to set up or create or, you know, put in place for the reasons that you needed. But a lot of that doesn't need to be anymore since we're transmuting. And that's something you could do anytime, anywhere. So it's not something you have to carry with you. So leave behind the rest of the stuff so that you can just deliciously experience the trip ahead of you to get to where you're going, to where you see yourself be. Like, and money's not an option. Oh, the buzz of it all is buzzing in there right now. I'm telling you, you know, let people be where they want to be. Hi, thank you for joining. Let people be where they want to be. Do your thing, because eventually they vibrate back. So love over fear. Don't let this control you. Observe the things that happen in here. Observe them. If I was completely detached emotionally from the thoughts that occur up in here, oh, that's some shit. It's interesting. This is interesting. This is an interesting place up in this one that I chose. We all need to remember who we are and what we came here to do. We're not our pain and our trauma. We needed to go through every single thing that we did. We needed to experience every single thing that we did in order to do what we came here to do. So get the fuck out of your heads about it. Observe your thoughts and observe how they make you feel. And feel them. Feel them. Keep them. Don't spit that shit on anybody out, because that is the key to open your box, your freedom, all your universal goodies, treasure stuff. That's for you. And then you go and you shine that out into the rest of the world, because then it helps those who can't see. Because once there was a place where we couldn't see and we had no one to help us see. We had to do that ourselves. So don't deny your gifts, and don't deny your strength, and don't deny your power. Stop resisting yourself in its entirety, no matter what is up in there. And don't judge other people based on what their healing process looks like, because it consists of chaos and messiness and ugliness, so support and love. What would that look like if you showed up, if you show up as just love? What does that look like? Who do you look like? What would that require you to say or not say? For many people, grand rising vibrations. Yes, we got it going on today. So what work does that require of yourself to look at, to figure out within, And then you take a step forward and you show up as the new transmuted version of you. You know what I'm saying? Gosh, because if we judge other people, we're judging ourselves. And if we're judging ourselves, there's something inside of us that we need to figure out. Why? So when you show up as just love, what does that look like? For me, releasing resistance means feeling the pain I didn't want to feel, feeling the discomfort and realizing it. is not me, exactly, and that it is passing through me. Yes, the after pain comes the release. Yes, I love that. A lot of people have a hard time sitting in discomfort, especially when it's your own discomfort. And that's why a lot of times in the past, and I'm not talking about anybody else but me, that's why I went out a lot. That's why I drank a lot. That's why I had a lot of friends. I was escaping. I was surrounding myself with other energies, because I wasn't willing to look within and accept myself in my full entirety. I was okay or with certain things at certain moments, and I was numb, because of pain that I had been through. And what I didn't realize at the time was that it was causing pain not only to myself but to other people. And at moments where I was starting to connect again, bits and pieces, to feel again, to connect some things, I remember making the connection that, man, I don't want to be responsible for somebody else's pain, and I don't want to be responsible for somebody else's sadness. And and so I could totally save this. I had to figure out what I needed to do or get rid of in order to not do those things anymore. So literally I was connecting to myself. I was becoming more conscious. I was completely unconscious for a time, just completely engulfed in just the lower vibrational ways of functioning, just to get through the day, the week, the month, the years, and I didn't want to do it like that anymore. So what did I need to do? Well, I had to start, saying no in places where I needed to start saying no, I had to, because although although there are situations that have shown up where, how would I say that? I don't know how to say that. Let's find the words. Like, not every situation, like, you're not fully responsible for every situation that you end up in. However, every situation that you end up in, how would I say that? Like, literally, yes, unexpected situations. The thing is that you're still there, so you can still look at everything that led you up to being somewhere. You know what I'm saying? There's still choices and actions and things that led you to go somewhere, even if it's experiences that you never want to ever experience ever again. There's always something to learn from every situation and every experience that helps you to grow. And it takes you to the next level. But don't attach yourself to the pain from that experience. That experience was meant to teach you and to, you know, move you forward. We're not our pain and our trauma. We have a story, but we're not our story. Hey, beautiful mamas. You know? Ooh. That was a lot. Yes, the worst things that ever happened to me brought me exactly where I needed to be to find something better. I love that. Exactly. Learning how to transmute is it really is. It's like a cool little journey all in itself, you know? Because we're doing the healing, we're doing the letting go, we're doing the manifesting, we're doing the intention settings, we're doing all the stuff, you know, the flowing, the just being, you know. Spark up. Yes. You know what? And I need a new bowl. Pardon them wrong. Hold on real quick. I totally forgot that I totally forgot that I had the speaker on and that I had no more music on for a long time. Uncomfortable, but yet exciting. Hey, everybody needs to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I'm still getting comfortable with being uncomfortable because I'm a Taurus. On Taurus. So I'm deeply rooted. We went out last night and I was experiencing some uncomfortability because I'm a severe empath. So when there's a lot of energies around me, and people are energies, we're energy. So when there's energy exchange and a lot around me, it can affect me. You know? I mean, I sat through it. There was a moment where I was sitting in the restaurant with my son and my mans, and I was like, oh my goodness. And I shed a couple of tears, and I was breathing, and I worked through it, and but luckily it was right after we were done eating, and I mean, it wasn't like a drama scene filled anything except for the beginning with the mask, but she was beautiful, and afterwards we gave each other the biggest hug because I was hangry and I needed some food. See, healing, you know. And the thing is I appreciated that girl because she allowed me that moment of my, and then I ate, and afterwards we gave each other the biggest hug, and she felt me on everything that I was feeling in the beginning. And I appreciate good souls put in my path for where I'm gonna go, you know, on purpose, you know. And you know, there's beautiful experiences that happen with people all around us. You know, we just have to be willing to tap into the magic of it all. And there's no such thing as coincidence. So, you know, people aren't showing up in our worlds and in our lives, and situations aren't, you know, happening for no reason. And remember, love over fear. We're tapping into love, not fear. Love leads us towards life. Fear leads us towards death. So, you know, there was something I wanted to say after that, and then it just went because I was starting to read. Yes, love when healing comes unexpectedly, but poignantly at the right moment for you to create space for release where you are. Love you sharing your experiences and thoughts. Thank you. And you know, I just say the things. I am open to being a vessel that, you know, the love can come through and the understanding and compassion can come through and the knowledge, the wisdom. Look at my man's. Oh man. His neck was pretty stiff right there. He was like, my poor love. And the thing is with him, so we tried to call the chiropractor and they're not there. The soul tribe said, deuces.
What up?
Are you gonna smoke with us? And you don't have to be on camera. Do you wanna smoke with us? Hi, mamas. Did you get out of bed too, lady? Yeah? Hi, papitos. Are you out of bed too? You guys gonna go play outside? Everybody wanna go play outside? Oh my goodness. It's like cold and hot. Yeah. 25? Oh. Oh, yeah. I love him. He didn't want to disrupt me. Oh, yeah. Because you can't smoke without it.
Yeah, that's all good.
Oh, that's sadness. Do you want some of mine?
What's that?
Well, I can grind up some sativa. You want some sativa?
What's your order?
I think I have OG.
Just give me a minute.
You want some OG? He's always working on a Saturday, so I'm so happy that he's home. Rub some oregano oil. Oh, on his neck. Got you. I did CBD oil. We have this, what is it called? Omega. It's from the Philippines. It's like love that stuff. OG Kush. What am I smoking? Oh, I got some Alien OG. Cool. All right. Oh, I think we need new toothpick. Well, I know I need to clean my shit, so don't judge me. I'm so grateful for Insta and the people I've connected with on here. And that's why I'm going to save this live, because I totally said that earlier. I was like, man, the connection that I've made with people through this point in my life, like through Instagram, you know, like we've spiritually, soulfully, energetically, like connected. I'm Liddy. Intergalactic. I fucking love it. My love, would you like to shroomies today? Takes the inflammation away. Oh, yes it does. I love every time your comments show up, because every time I see you, I get a 1111. I get an 1111. Do you want a little keef on it?
No.
Okay. It's too early for all that. There you go, my love. Hey. Yep, I remember the day I came into one of your lives and connected with you. Yes. I love that. I've had some dope connections in my lives, and I'm saying it's like we're connected forever. Eternally. We're eternally connected. I concur. And I'm just here to like encourage everyone and love everyone through their healing process, and you know, for everyone to find the healer within them, to tap into the power within them, you know, and then to tap into the abundance of the universe, because it's plentiful for everyone. So, you know, no one left behind, you know, but it's up to y'all to Tap in.
Home Depot.
They have it at Home Depot?
It's cheaper too. Home Depot.
Yeah, I want to go with you. Because I need to go to Home Depot. Because I'm not going to say too much, but let's just say there's some things going on with Phil's work. Okay? We're not going to say too much. And so come January, things might be looking different in that department for us, where we will be working just for ourselves. He'll be home with me and we'll be working business. So we will be experiencing that. I'm telling you, situations are all right on time, and they present the opportunities for us to be able to tap in and get creative. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to rely on the old ways and the old systems to move forward and to gain universal abundance. Okay, because that's what all of us are here for. There's plenty for all. There's enough for you. There's enough for me. And what I'm calling in for me, I'm literally calling it in for everyone. So what do you want to do with it when it comes to you? How are you gonna spread it, utilize it, give back? How are you gonna do great things? How are you gonna transmute all of that? Not only beneficial for yourself and your family, but for everyone else. Okay? It's an energy frequency thing that we're tapping into, and we're all deserving. We're all worthy. We are all enough. I love you guys so much. Would you guys be upset if I hopped out of the live right now? After this quick smoke break? Because you know what? You guys are going to go and create a beautiful day full of intentions. Today, specifically today, now, right now. If you're able to go outside or to look outside, sit in the sun. The sun activates your DNA. So sit out there for 15-20 minutes, as much of your body and your hair, let your hair down. As much of it can get those beautiful, delicious vitamin D rays. Natural. Melanin. Carbon. We're carbon. Melanin. Hello. Eat the fruits. Take your Irish moss. Take your herbs. Eat foods that make you feel good, that are alive. Choose foods that are alive. More often than anything else. No judgment. No judgment. Remember why you are on this journey of healing. Remember why. And remember, with every curse that you break, every generational curse that you break, every thing that you connect within you, you are breaking a curse for your ancestors. So you're unshackling them in the shackles that they've been in, that all of us have been in through the incarnation process, for how many thousands of years. So for all the work that you do, know that it's not for no reason at all. I know it's beneficial for us. It's beneficial for other people in the world also. But we're also breaking chains and bonds for, those that came before us and set up the path for us to be able to be here today. So you are powerful and magnetic. And your love. So keep connecting to your heart, because Love over fear. I keep saying that. Love over fear. Yes. As within, so without. So the God within, the goddess within. You know what I'm saying? Tap into her also. What does she want? She's beautiful. She really, really is. She may have some dark sides. Okay, that's part of you too. You just, deal with the pain and the attachment parts of it, and then go and shine. Go shine. Go shine. Top of the top. I just saw that right now. Happy Saturday. No, is working enough?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, and then also, you're welcome. You're welcome. You know what? The past few days I've been wanting to go live, but I've had a lot of work to do and orders to catch up on from the sale that I had. So I caught up to everything. So I've been spending the time doing some cool things behind the scenes. So loved connecting to the space. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for showing up. Peace out. Shaka. No. Ugh. Oh, that was so gross. Ugh. Never inhale the last of the smoke after it went out. Pardon me, y'all. I love you guys. So I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna do my best to edit it, cut and piece all the good stuff. And I'll see you guys later. I love you guys. I'll do my best not to hurt myself in the process. I love you. Choose love. Remember, love is life.